It's Danny's gift for me.
Is it?
I don't know what this is. Oh, wrong way. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's really pretty. Oh, that's lovely.
You show the camera.
It's a signet ring.
Oh, show it, turn it onto the camera.
Say it up.
Loved his ring, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, did he really like
yeah,
it?
Really.
I'd like to welcome you all to Ufton Court today. A very warm welcome to our bride and groom. Can I please ask you all to tell me your full names first?
Yeah, it's Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell.
Danielle Storm Quinn.
Thank you. Wyatt and Danny would like to thank you all for coming today to celebrate their new life together. One of the historic customs in a wedding ceremony is giving the bride away. Today, this act is seen as support for her marriage and as a promise of continued love and affection from her family. So I ask the question, Neil, who gives Danny to be married to Wyatt?
I do.
Thank you.
Me.
What he does.
Today's ceremony is not just the joining of two people. It is the formation of a family to include all those close to the couple. So today is about families uniting, old friendships growing, new memories being made. It is a day of love, laughter and celebration. Marriage requires devotion, the openness to listen, the wisdom to know when you are wrong, the ability to put things right, but above all, it requires enduring love. Wyatt and Danny, you are each other's first consideration, first priority, and first responsibility. Never take each other for granted. Never be too old to show affection. Take pride in each other's achievements, support and encourage each other. Build on your mutual respect and admiration. Laugh often and love one another always. Remember that love is the comfort and companionship that only two people who are the best of friends can truly enjoy. Ufton Court, in which we are now met, has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. We are gathered here today to witness the joining in matrimony of Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell and Danielle Storm Quinn. If any person present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. Today, Wyatt and Danny have chosen to make their vows in the presence of you all. This marriage is an expression of their hopes for the future and their belief in one another. In each other's company, they have found happiness, fulfillment and love, and they now wish to affirm their relationship and to offer to each other security that comes from legally binding vows, sincerely made and faithfully kept. I now ask you, in the presence of your witnesses and guests, to make a lifelong promise to each other. So, you'll be going first, Wyatt. Wyatt, do you promise to share your life with Danni, to love, support and comfort her, whatever the future may bring?
I do.
Thank you. Danni? Danni, do you promise to share your life with Wyatt, to love, support and comfort him, whatever the future may bring?
I do.
Thank you. Before you're joined in matrimony, I have to remind you both of the solemn and binding character of the vows you're about to make. Marriage in this country means the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. I'm now going to ask each of you in turn to declare that there are no legal reasons why you may not be married to each other. Therefore, would you repeat after me? Wyatt, you're going first. I declare that I know.
I declare that I know
Of no legal reason
of no legal reason
why I, Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell,
why I, Charles Robert Chappell.
Wyatt Charles.
Did I miss a bit?
Let's have your full name. Right.
That I, Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell.
Okay. Why I, Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell.
Why I, Charles Robert. Excuse me.
Right. Sorry. Why I,
Why I,
Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell,
Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Danielle Storm Quinn.
to Danielle Storm Quinn.
Perfect. Okay,
That
Danni,
sounds
your
okay.
turn. I declare that I know
I declare that I know
of no legal reason
of no legal reason
why I, Danielle Storm Quinn,
why I, Danielle Storm Quinn,
may not be joined in marriage
may not be joined in marriage
to Wyatt Charles Robert
to
Chappell.
Wyatt Charles Roberts Chappell.
Well done, well done. The vows that Wyatt and Danni make to each other today are twofold in nature. In the first, we ensure that there is no legal impediment to their marriage, and in the second, they will solemnly promise to take each other as partners for life. As the moment has now come for Wyatt and Danni to contract their marriage in front of you, the guests and witnesses, can I ask those of you who are able to, please stand? So, repeating after me, please.
Try better this time.
I, Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell,
I, Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell,
take you,
take you,
Danielle Storm Quinn,
Danielle Storm Quinn,
to be my wedded wife.
to be my wedded wife.
Perfect. And I, Danielle Storm Quinn,
I, Danielle Storm Quinn,
take you,
take you,
Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell,
Wyatt Charles Robert Chappell,
to be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband.
Lovely. And if you could please retake your seats. Now, that's the legal vows made successfully, I'm pleased to say. And we have some personal vows now, so I understand somebody's holding those for you.
That's
Wyatt, probably easy.
Danni, through the lives we have lived and the obstacles that we have both faced, it is extremely humbling to be standing here with you today. You have shown me unwavering love, constant support, and a fiery attitude. You have supported me through the most intense and demanding times of my life. Even when I was across the world, you were always there for me. Thank you for accepting me as I am. An imperfect man trying his hardest to live a perfect life. I make this promise today that I will forever love, cherish and support you. When you need care, I will support you. When you need help, I will be there for you. When you need a friend, I will be your best. I promise no matter what life throws our way, I will stand with you, hand in hand, side by side, with love for the rest of my life.
Wyatt, during our 7 years together, you've become not just the person I love, but the person I trust with every part of me. You've given me the room to be myself fully and without fear. And in that space, I found a love that makes me feel safe, free, and truly seen. You're my best friend, my safe space, my partner in laughter and in life. You're compassionate, gentle, and kind, and I'm so blessed to have found you in this world. So today I make this promise to you, to always stand beside you through every season and storm, to be your home the way you've been mine, to be your person, your partner, in all things, always. I promise to never stop choosing you in all the little ways that matter every day we're given. I love you more than words can hold, but I'll spend a lifetime trying to show you. Thank you.
We've now come to the exchange of rings, and Eddie, I believe you have 2 rings. Lovely. Would you like to come and just sort of stand in between there? That's it. Just.
Something got slip.
If you just remain there. Traditionally, the giving of a ring has been used to symbolise the everlasting nature of love and acts as an outward sign of these lifelong promises you are making to each other. So, Eddie, if you would hand the small ring, and taking Danny's left hand in yours, please, Wyatt, and holding that halfway down the ring finger. Perfect. You'll be repeating after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
Commitment and respect.
commitment and respect.
Wear it with happiness and pride,
Wear it with happiness and pride,
now and always.
now and always.
My hands are warm, sorry.
Keep your hands up. Okay. And if you could, Eddie, hand that one to Danny. Thank you very much, Eddie. And taking Wyatt's left hand, repeating after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
commitment and respect.
commitment and respect.
Wear it with happiness and pride,
Wear it with happiness and pride,
now and always.
now and always.
Hopefully many of those will be active today.
I'm a bit warmer.
Okay. Wyatt and Danny, you have both made the declarations required by law and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your witnesses and guests who are here today. We all hope that the feelings of love and commitment which you have expressed will deepen and grow throughout the coming years. Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to declare that you are now husband and wife, and you may kiss your beautiful bride.
to be.
And offer your warmest congratulations to the happy couple, Mr. and Mrs. Chappell.
Well, what a fantastic day. Where do I start? At the start, I suppose. When Danni came into my life, she never stopped talking. And hasn't stopped since. Always has a smart reply to everything. Sorry, probably my fault. However, watching her grow up and become the beautiful woman she is fills me with pride. So I can only imagine how her mum and dad are feeling at the moment. The fact Danni takes no nonsense from anybody, maybe that's a little down to me. Sorry, Wyatt. I could tell lots of stories about Danni and myself, but the one that I remember most fondly was taking the back road home in my bus and decided to have a bit of fun, taking me back to my youth by skidding around on the snow and ice. Anyway, we got home, parked up, and I said, "Don't tell your mum we did that, okay?" "Eddie," she says, and runs off into the house. Well, the look on Louise's face, I knew Danni had gone straight in. Yeah. And promptly said, "Guess what Eddie and I did?" I hope you remember that. As for Wyatt, thank goodness he can cook. Otherwise, Danni would be living off cereal and microwave food. But don't ever ask the two of them to help decorate, as there will be more paint on them and the furniture than on the walls.
Right, hello everyone. I'm delighted to be here today at the wedding of my beautiful daughter Danni and her husband Wyatt. Firstly, Danni, can you put your hand on the table? Wyatt, yeah, yours on top. So remember that, because that's the only time you're going to have the upper hand. Right, I'll keep this brief because, well, Danni told me I have to. From the moment she could walk, Danni used to run towards everything. She ran to the gate in her nappies when I used to come home from work. She's very fearless, and she is headstrong to go into life. So, with that, could we all just raise a glass and say thanks to Danni, thanks to Wyatt, and may your lives be perfect. Cheers.
I'll be honest, when I first heard I was supposed to give a speech tonight, I thought, hang on, is that even a thing? You know, father of the groom. But I did what any confused modern dad would do, and I asked AI. Apparently it is a thing, so buckle up. As father of the groom, I've been asked to say a few words tonight. I was told to be heartfelt, sincere, stretch goal. Not to roast Wyatt too much, which I'm clearly going to ignore. Raising Wyatt has been a journey, one filled with laughter, a few grey hairs, and some truly extreme interpretations of logic. One of my favourite stories that I repeat often comes from a few years back. Actually, it was probably about 10 years ago now. Just before he left home for the army, we gave him a car, a proper grown-up gift. Sure, the air conditioning didn't work, but hey, got a car. It went, had an MOT, all that kind of stuff. Most people would say thank you, fuck off into the sunset, excuse my French. Not my boy. He got the aircon fixed and then tried to invoice me for it. Fucking unbelievable, isn't it? As I'm saying it, I'm shocked. Yeah. His argument, you gave me an illegal car. Illegal because the aircon didn't work in fucking England. I told him unless he was planning to drive through the Sahara, he'd probably survive. That's Wyatt, bloody resourceful, always ready to negotiate to a fault. And somehow Danny saw that and thought, yep, that's the man for me. Which just proves she's got a brilliant sense of humour and a heart of gold. Let me take you back a bit further. Halloween, when Wyatt was a child. Every year, we'd offer him a range of costumes. Ghosts, skeletons, vampires, Frankenstein. And every year, he'd choose a fucking pumpkin suit. Without fail. We dust off the pumpkin suit. Why? Because all the others were too scary. This from a young man who now serves in the military police. Clearly bravery grows over time, or maybe he just found a uniform that didn't involve vegetables. Danny, you've brought a balance to Wyatt's chaos. You style his sock choices and sparkle his life that we are all very grateful for, and you keep him out of my house, which is fucking brilliant. And it's too late now, you've already signed, so you can't go back, yeah? Marriage, as I've learned, is a bit like that car. It might not come with perfect aircon, but with a little fixing, a lot of patience, and occasional invoice dispute, it becomes something truly special. And one of the great things about being married is that you never, ever have to wonder if you're right or wrong. Because when you're wrong, you'll be swiftly told and reminded weeks, even fucking months later. And now, if I may borrow a bit of wisdom from one of the great prophets of our time, you've got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Marriage is knowing when to hold each other close, when to let the small stuff go, when to laugh, and even when the chips are down. Keep smiling.
For anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Connor. Unless you're my nan, then you'll know me as Callum. And I'm Wyatt's cousin, and I have the honour of being Wyatt's best man. It came down to me and his childhood Pooh Bear, who couldn't make it today. So I've had to step in and make sure this is done properly. I mean, imagine that speed. It's probably seen a lot of things that we couldn't even imagine. To start off, Wyatt, I just want to say you are the funniest, most handsome, intelligent, and you have the biggest... Sorry, mate, I know you've written this bit, but I can't say that. Okay, so Wyatt's my cousin, but he's also like a brother to me. Me, him, and Callum were like the three musketeers growing up. Always filled with joy whenever we were together. Halo sessions until early hours of the morning, slide tackling each other silly playing football, and storming castles as a dwarf, a barbarian, and an elf, whilst dying repeatedly, obviously. It's funny how time changes. 1 minute, you're running around the front room playing Cowboys and Indians, and then the next minute, you're both running home from the club because you're both too tight to pay for a taxi. Being very close with Wyatt ever since we were kids, I always knew how what it takes to be a soldier. This was because he would show pure bravery and be able to hit extremely small targets. The reason being is when we were very small, for no reason at all, he planted his feet on the ground, locked in on his target, and hit my dad square in the nuts. Which is a story he loves and hates to tell to this day. But from then on, we knew he had what it takes. I'm extremely proud of Wyatt, and I feel very lucky to have grown up with him and see the man that he's become. He's always excelled at everything that he does, working hard to be the best that he can be. And I remember when he told me he was going to join the army, we were on the way back from, and this next part may shock you, buying a shit ton of beers. We sat down on a bench, and then he told me, I'm going to join the army, and then I'm going to go to Purbright, do my basic training soon. And I told him, if you get whisked up to war, And if anything bad ever happens to you, I'm going to come up there and kick your ass. Little did I know he was going to be in the office the whole time. Waste of tears that was. But now he sits here as Sergeant Chappell, an excellent human being, the best guy I know. He'll always have your back, he'll laugh at your jokes even when they're not funny, which he literally just did. And I'm very lucky to have been your cousin all these years. I'll always love you, dude. You're the best. And it's great to see you happy. To most of the people here, you're Sergeant Chappell, but to us, you'll always be Wyatt Chunky Pants. Danni, Danni, Danni. You're a married woman now, so I think it's a better time to do this more than ever. It's confession time. So can I ask anybody that has a front door key to Wyatt's that they've been using frequently whilst he's been away on tour to see Danni to hand them in now? Come on, don't be shy, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Shame, shame, shame. You've all got misses. You've all got misses and you don't care. I've got something to give my hip actually. Well, there you go. Sorry. At least you can start your marriage with a clean slate. No more, Danni, no more. No, but honestly, I remember the first time I met Danni. I remember those massive blue eyes, and I wasn't sure she was extremely excited to meet us or she was absolutely terrified. Turns out she was extremely excited, however, and from the moment I met you, I always thought you were an absolute legend. You're a great laugh, consistently puts on absolute bangers, by the way, that we jam in the car to. A beautiful soul, and my personal favourite, you don't mind getting stuck in and taking a piss out of Wyatt. And I think I could speak on behalf of the Chappell Mafia and say that we love you very much and are extremely lucky to have you as part of our family.
To Wyatt and Danni, may you always play the hand you're dealt with love, grace, and just enough bluff to keep it interesting.
If you would all raise your glass to the beautiful bride and groom.
Here's to strength, here's to honour. Congratulations from everyone and Connor.
Hello everyone. I hope everyone's doing really well. For those of you who work in the military, you'll know I use my work time to write this, which means when I printed it, it says official sensitive personal on it. I'll try to keep this speech short, because for those of you who know my new wife, she can turn into a right diva when she's hungry. Firstly, I would like to thank Neil for his really lovely words and his speech that he gave. I know it was hard to write something like that, so I do think Becky did a really good job. Meeting Neil was such a funny experience for me. I remember the first time that I met him, I basically tipped up to the house and then he was like, Danni, come and look at this. Danni, Storm, come and look at this. And he was showing her all of the things that he's either made or bought or acquired around the house. But slowly over time, I noticed this amazing change, because the more times that we went back, suddenly it changed to, Wyatt, come look at this. Wyatt, come look at that. And now we basically turn up and every time he's like, Wyatt, come look at this. And he takes me away and he leaves Danni in the house and doesn't speak to her. I remember when I first met Louise at the George pub in the local village. And almost instantly she asked me what my intentions are. And I said at that time, I don't mess around. And I think I've kept my word, right? I remember when I spoke to Eddie about marrying Danni and how honoured he was to be asked alongside her father about marrying Danni. And that is a moment in my life that I won't forget for the rest of it. I wanted to talk briefly about my amazing parents, who apparently laugh when they don't need to. I wanted to thank them for all the years of work and effort that they put into raising me, clothing me, housing me, and supporting me. I never felt unsupported with my family. I've never been without them. You backed me through some of the toughest experiences of my life, pushing me into cadets when we moved to Basingstoke and I didn't have a fucking clue who anyone was. Which subsequently pushed me on to the career that I now love so dearly. You have welcomed my wife into our family long before any of this was on the cards, and for that I am truly grateful. I love you both so much, and I'm so happy you could be with us here today. And to Danny's amazing family, Thea, Jamie, Oma, Opa, you guys have been incredible in welcoming me into the family at every step. And I thank you so much for that. And to all our friends, whether it's through work, cadets, or just life in general, everyone here today is only here because you are our favourite people, who mean the world to us. And we may not be family by blood, but we are by the bonds that we have formed in our lives. So thank you all for coming, and please enjoy the day. To the lovely bridesmaids, Ella, Abby, Lucy, thank you for supporting my wife through what must have been the most busy period of our lives. It was all right for me, I only got involved 2 weeks ago. To my entourage of groomsmen, you boys have been a rock in my life for nearly 15 years now. And there has never been a dull moment. And so finally, I'd like to talk about my beautiful wife, Danni. Tomorrow marks the anniversary of 7 years together. And those 7 years have been some of the best years of my life. I remember when I met Danni, technically again. We met for a coffee in Andover, and she said she didn't really want to date a squatty. Too much time apart. And I can honestly say, as always, yeah, she was right. Because I'm going to tell you a story. When I found out I was posting down south to Purbury to train army recruits, we looked to buy a house together, and we purchased our first home. Danni was so happy at the thought of us spending so much time together. Until I told her that she'd probably see less of me. Yeah, leaving for work at 5:30 in the morning and not getting back until 9, 10 o'clock at night. 6 to 7 days a week. For 2 years. It's all right, baby. The next posting will be easier. To posting to military intelligence, where within 6 weeks of arrival, I was training to deploy to Mali, which was cancelled. And then 2 weeks later, I found myself in Iraq for 6 months. It's all right, babe. I'll be home soon. As once I returned, I was told, yeah, pack your bags. You're going to Pakistan in 10 weeks. So off I went for training, and I flew out again for another 3 months. It's all right, babe. I'll be home for Christmas. It was then that work asked me to go out again for another 3 months. But I thought, I can't do this. But this is where Danni showed her support and love for me the most in my life. You see, this is what I love so much about Danni. She's the most supportive, strong-minded, honest, and fiery person I have ever known. Ish. She has grown so much in the time that we have been together. And I think almost a completely different person to the young, anxious Danni that I originally fell in love with. Danni was always supportive and helped and guided me. She has told me what I'd done wrong and how to fix it every time. And she has always loved me for who I am. And for that, I am so thankful to now call you my wife.